Hello, everyone. We are back for day 3, and the biggest thing I wanted to go over was there is a lot of
Hello,
things.
everyone. We
Oops,
are back.
sorry. I'm making sure that I'm actually going live. Um, there is a lot of things around prospecting and how to run a real estate business the correct or wrong way, and I'm here to essentially break that down for y'all because I don't think that there is a right way to run a real estate business. This is just the way that I have decided to. I know that there are several agents that will do cold calls, that will do all types of things like door knocking. For me, social media is what has worked, keeping up with my past clients, letting them know that I'm still here, that I'm still able to help them. Pop-bys have been a huge help for me in my business, which we will be doing some pop-bys. I'm thinking later this month, just to get something out for September. But the real reason I wanted to really go and start this series was so that way you guys could see that even as an agent who's been in it for a while, I still have to go out and look for new clients. I still have to go out and do all of those things. So this series is mostly for my mentorship, so that way they can see that, it's not just, oh wow, a client shows up and that's that. It's all of the little steps that lead to actually having clients and being able to really be able to get them from the start to closing, because as y'all know, like, it's just a whole different animal to be able to get someone to the actual closing table. Oof, I missed like a whole bunch of hair there. So the goal is to generate as many leads, as many good leads, because not every client is a lead. And I feel like it takes agents, well, it took me a long time to realize it. You guys might be smarter, and I hope you are smarter, because, like I tell my mentorship, all of this that I'm doing is not so that way I can get like recognition and all of that things. It's so that way that they don't make the same mistakes that I did early on in my business career, so that way you can grow much faster. You can really go in at it every single day. Because I forgot to share this yesterday, but for August 4th, it says every no gets me closer to a yes. And that in real estate, that is so freaking true. And that is one of the things that I always tell them, like, you're going to get a lot of no's. There's going to be family members that decide not to work with you. There's going to be friends that don't work with you. That is the nature of the game, especially if you're just starting off. Because keep in mind, people are putting their biggest financial, oh my gosh, their biggest financial investment, probably the biggest that most people will ever make in their lifetime, in your hands. And sometimes they don't want to do it with a new agent. But all of these things that we're doing help us bring us closer to becoming a more professional agent. That being said, let me go ahead and show my goals so that way we can go through. And I also wanted to, let me see, let me go ahead and see if I can move these goals up. I can't. I don't know. Y'all, like I said, it's still very much a work in progress. But what oh, there we go. So what essentially that I'm doing is I'm creating a way to be able to have 75 new contacts per week, 15 new agent contacts, which we won't be making any today because I do have a recruitment appointment and I feel like that's more important and I want to focus on that. 15 handwritten notes, which, y'all, I promise you the handwritten notes are coming. I need to just go pick up some notes because they're not getting here fast enough. 5 social media posts. So I have done 3 so far this week, but my goal is to do one per day, or at least show up on my Instagram stories, because that's where I get a lot of my clients. A lot of my engagement is through Instagram stories. The other thing is to put 25 contacts into my CRM. We have put in, how much was it? yesterday we had put in 10. So that is one of the things that we're also doing. Set up one buyer consult, which I think I have that sort of pinned down. I'm still waiting for the actual client to get pre-approved. We had one a long time ago. Now it's time to actually get them into a property and then set one listing appointment. This is a little bit harder, but we did have a new listing that came out on the market, so I'm not going to be too hard about it. All of these, y'all, are also things that I tell people, like, it's such a hit or miss. It's not, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So we also don't want to just be going out there to do listing appointments just to do listing appointments, just in the same way we don't want to go out there to do to go show houses just to go show houses. And what I mean by that is that, you know, pretty fast we can distinguish the clients that actually want to buy versus the ones that don't. And, you know, we want to make sure that we are actually providing value and actually, you know, doing our job, because at the end of the day, I cannot work for free. I would love to work for free, but, you know, we have to get to the closing table. That's what's the most important at the end of the day, because, you know, I've been the agent, they call it the Pop-Tart agent, that just goes and shows houses for like 4 months. We show 40 houses, and then they're like so overwhelmed that the buyer just decides to not even purchase anything. And I am no longer that agent. So we want to get you moving towards the right goal. Okay, so today I also wanted to show you, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I also wanted to show you the script that I actually use. So, this is the Center of Influence. This is one of the scripts that I have been using to really help me keep up with clients. And this is actually what I base my text message off of the one that I'm closing 30 houses. So this is more so a script to catch up with people. Obviously, like, do not fake interest if you're not interested. But again, there is so much to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Now, this does sound a little bit like a robot, so I don't actually recommend it, like, to use it word for word, but it definitely adds value. It definitely helps you make a connection, and, you know, it brings people on board with your mission. So that's what I really, really like about this. Let me take a sip of coffee. So there are 2 ways to go about it. You can start by like adding value and letting them know that they have super low inventory, which right now inventory is pretty high in most areas. It's more so that the demand is way down, and just because of interest rates, because of, you know, just a mountain of things that are going on. So, but again, like, the goal is to bring value to people. So you start with your goal. My goal is to help, in my case, 30 families or more. And I was wondering, who do you know that would like to buy or sell real estate within the next couple of months? Can you think of anyone? Pick one. So, like, depending on the person, it could be church, family, neighborhood, office that may need my services at this time, and I would really appreciate it. Would you mind if I gave them a call? In my experience, it's easier for them when I reach out, as they are probably living really busy lives. When would be an appropriate time to follow up? So that way I'm not too soon or too late. By the way, when do you plan moving? So you're also trying to gauge that person to see when they are interested, because, you know, like, I've got clients that move every year and a half, but I've got clients that have been in their houses for 5 years. You just never know, but asking the qualifying questions is going to help you move so much faster than not asking any questions at all. If there is a way for me to be, if there is Oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot read. But if there is any way for me to be contribution of you and your community, please don't hesitate to reach out. Like, this is a give and take relationship. But also, like, if you haven't called to them, like, let's say you've got a client you closed like 3 years ago and you just fell off the face of the earth, just let them know. I had a really good friend who, just went through life. She told me, like, she became a grandma. She was not really focused on a real estate career and decided to go ahead and start, reaching out to people again. Sorry, I was talking way too fast. So she started to reaching out to people again, and she just let people know, hey, look, life happened, but I'm back. If you need anything, let me know. And that is what she did. And she is having one of the best years in her business. So, it's simple things like that. Like, we get so nervous to be in front of people, to be in front of the camera, to really just focus and actually reach out to people, because most of the time people are happy to hear from us. We help them again with one of the biggest investments of their life. Obviously, you want someone that's going to keep track of you, celebrate those moments with you. Like I said yesterday, I have a client who is currently pregnant, and her pregnancy has been a little bit tough. So she told me her due date yesterday, and I'm like gathering little things to send to her. So that way, whenever it does come time for the due date, I have like a little care package for her. Like, different little things like that help your client. But yeah, there is so much ways to go about this. Again, I love scripts as a baseline, but make it your own. Like this script, oh my gosh, I can't point. This script is the basis to what I reach out to people with. So especially like on my Instagram and Facebook, I have a lot of friends from high school. And if I started just sending them houses, they would block me. Honestly, they would block me. But I start out with like a cold open, and this is what helps me bring people in. Okay, y'all, so I have been rambling too much, and y'all know that I need to get to contacting people. Today we are going to be contacting people through Lofty. I'm going to check out my Lofty account, because yesterday I saw a few new people that I had not seen, because a lot of them will register through Google, they'll register through my Instagram, but this is one of the things that I'm going to reach out with and just ask if they still need help with their real estate needs, and go from there. That is what I'm doing. But we've also got, let me move this. So today I am going to be really just reaching out to people. And again, that script that I just had on the screen is something that can be very, very useful if you're looking for a script. But we've also got a ton of things that you guys can use, a ton of tools. So we've got buyer prequels, seller prequels. All of those things are going to be used during this prospecting, because you also want to make sure that you are qualifying your clients before you actually go show them houses. Not just pre-qualifying, like getting a pre-approval, but also qualifying your clients, making sure that they are ready to go. So let me go ahead. Sorry, y'all, I need to have just this notebook out, but this morning I was really, really tired, so we're doing what we can. Oh my gosh, I didn't even plug in my computer today. So as y'all can see, I'm a little bit tired, and usually like my schedule is kind of all over the place, so it's not like as strict as what this has been. So I am working on really, how do I say this? On really creating a routine that works for me. So and honestly, that's why I also decided to start this. because I knew that I needed some type of structure. So today we went on our 2-mile run, and now we are prospecting. So again, like I said, I'm going to be using Lofty to follow up with people. I'm also answering text messages from yesterday, making sure that, you know, people are helped, which I usually do try to respond to text messages within 24 hours. It obviously just depending on what it's needed, but try to respond as fast as you can. That's why people do get the reputation of like that realtors never answer, that there's nothing that we can do, blah blah blah. Okay, so let me go ahead and reach out to a few people. Okay, so again, we're using Lofty. And if you guys know of a way to make this more interesting, because I know that staring at a screen just with me talking every once in a while, especially once we get to the quiet part, is not ideal. And I still don't know how to put music on there. I'm learning. It's all a learning lesson, and it'll be it will all work out. So just bear with me for these first few weeks. Okay, but also, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning, if you are wanting to hop on, I am working on a way that we can connect this through Zoom to be able to have more people on here. And so that way y'all can ask questions about prospecting while we're on the calls. So I am opening up Lofty. Oh my goodness, where is it? Okay, there we go. And let me go ahead and switch the camera. I think every time that I start prospecting, I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera, because that helps me really be able to, how do I say it? Be able to look, because I'm going to be looking at the screen now. But also that's kind of your cue that if you want to hop off, or if you want to have your quiet time to focus on your own prospecting, that is going to be the time. So let me see. Let me switch out the camera. There we go. And let me go ahead and move this image. Okay. So again, today we're going to go through, we're going to talk to some of the people that we haven't talked to yet on Lofty. And let's go ahead and get started, because I do have more than 10 that I need to reach out to today to meet the 75 goal. Let me see exactly how much. So 75 minus 20, 55 divided by 3 days. So that's about 18 clients. So, which I have contacted a few more, but on these calls, I've only contacted 20. So let's see. Yeah, but if y'all want to let me know how y'all are doing today, there's a lot of cool things happening in the market. The market's shifting right now. It's kind of different, but I also do love this type of market. Okay, so this person. And just to note, like, I also do check phone numbers on Forewarned, because obviously we never want to get into a situation where we don't know what's going on, and we want to make sure that this person is actually real. Okay, well, let me talk to this person. Okay. Oops. And just an FYI, I do need to leave a little bit early today because I do have another appointment. Okay. So that's one. Okay, that's two. Man, I've had a lot of people subscribe through well, this one's a lead from Zillow, the other one was a lead from Google. Let's see if we can get new people. Okay, so that's three. So right now what we're doing is we're prospecting all of the people that have come in through Zillow to my Lofty. Okay, so that's three people that we've contacted. The goal is to reach about 10 to 18 people. I'm not too worried about it if we don't hit that goal quite exactly, because I have been doing a lot more social media and just making sure that everything is good to go. The one thing you do have to just double check, especially if they're like Google leads, to see if they're fake Google leads. You can usually tell they all have the same script. Okay, so I updated 3 people within Lofty. Let me reach back out to this person. It's been a minute. Okay, so that's 4 people, and I've also updated them in Lofty. Again, y'all, if y'all know a way to make this more interesting, let me know, because it's not that I want to I don't know, I would find this a little bit boring unless I was actually like doing the work with me. But if y'all have someone that is interested in starting to cold call, is starting to really do this, like, let them know that I may have opportunities to, what's it called, just be on Zoom and letting people know. But if you do have any questions, the chat is open. Feel free to ask any questions. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay. Another good hack, and I'm messaging a past client with this, is to know what new subdivisions are coming out, especially like with DR Horton, Lennar, Schuber Mitchell. Those are a few of them that are in our area. And like right now, we've got homes in Lowell that are going to have an acre, and a lot of people around here love acreage. So I'm just messaging people as well, letting them know that this is going to be an option. And if they want more information, I'm putting everyone on a list. Okay, so let me see if that other person is in my CRM. She's not, so I'm gonna have to add her. But let me first send out this text message. But if you are going to be doing this like subdivision thing, and you know, I took a really long pause. Please, please, please make sure that you're actually like following up with the builder. You know, providing updates to your clients on this, because you know, we want to make sure that we're the first ones in the door. I did this with a Lennar subdivision. I sent out a text message to like probably 60 people, and that was one of the things that helped me get a few people right in the door to get the best deals on these houses. So let's go ahead and keep going. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Yeah, I literally just decided to message all of these people. Actually, let me talk to. time is it? Okay, 9:38. Okay. Sorry, a few people were asking for more information, so I'm giving them the information that I have. Okay, I'll go back and write the people's names later, but let's go through my Airtable, which was my old system, and make sure that people know. Okay. So we've got that. We're looking through our leads. Oh, let's actually reach out with that text message. Okay. And I'm trying to reach out to people that I know really, really want land. It's just kind of hard because a lot of my people are like the same people over and over again, which is fine. But you know, sometimes that limits a lot of the growth. So let me see. Ooh, I haven't reached out to this girl in a minute. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people that I've reached out to. It's 9:45. I have to hop off in a few minutes, just because I've got another call scheduled at 10. I made that a while ago, so there's no there was no real way to move that. Wait, how many people did I say? Oh my gosh. Oh, 10 people. Okay. I have to send one of my clients a screenshot. Okay. So now I'm just going to add those people, those 3 people that were not in my, what's it called? That were not in my Lofty. So I'm going to go ahead and add them. And, personally, I'm of the opinion that I'm going to add people, especially like if they've been past clients. I'm also using this as like, I'm adding in agents, I'm adding in people that I'm like meeting up with coffee, different things like that. But I notate clearly like what is what, because I don't want to also forget. Like, this is more so of like a personal reminder of who I've met with, what did we talk about, different things like that. So let me see. Let me Oh my gosh, there's just a dog walking outside. Oh no, never mind. There's an owner. I gotta hop off, but I need to input this last person. Okay, so we've added 1, 2, 3 new people, and we updated 4 people now. Okay, yeah, so a very good day going through Lofty, making sure that my people are getting taken care of, and just, adding them into the system. We've had a pretty good, what's it called? Prospecting day. We did 10 people, and now, again, we haven't done the thank you notes this week, so that is something I am going to have to work on, and just getting that. Let me change the computer. Just changing that because it obviously is important. The other thing that what's it called? That we are doing is just double checking with our sellers, because we do have 3 listings that are out on the market, but we want to make sure that we're obviously helping people in the best way that we can, and just going from there. If y'all have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments. I am here. I am actively checking, by the way. And so if y'all have any questions, just let me know. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.